I'm Mr. MegaManFan. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know all the things to do. And today we are looking at Mega Man X in Sonic 2. This may look like it's ordinary Sonic the Hedgehog 2 at first, but once you get to the selection screen, then you know things are afoot. I mean, this seems only natural, right? We had Mario and Sonic games, Sonic and Mario games. We had everybody all together in Smash games, so why not put X into a Sonic the Hedgehog game? All it took was someone to think of it, and then once that happened, it became a reality. Even as I say this, I realize these kind of crossovers happened in Archie Comics when they had both Mega Man and Sonic under their wing, but to see Mega Man X inserted into a Sonic the Hedgehog game is something different entirely. Credit for the fact this exists seems to belong to somebody named Pacca or Pacca, Pacca, for a Sonic hacking contest. But if you go to the sonichacking.net link where it was originally hosted, the file has long since disappeared. But the good news is the internet always finds a way. So if you type in Mega Man X in Sonic 2, you will find this in the search engine of your choice, and it won't take long. But beware, look for the actual Sega Genesis game, because this hack gained popularity so quickly that a lot of people jumped on the bandwagon and made other versions of it, like Flash games and web browser games that have nothing to do with the original Mega Man X and Sonic 2 hack. They were just hoping to take advantage of however many people would search for that and use the algorithm to bend to their will and probably get some free advertising dollars as a result, or low-cost advertising dollars, because a lot of those other Mega Man X and Sonic 2 games are really bad, really cheap. Don't play them. Play the one by Pacca or Pacca. However you say it, this is the real thing. You probably picked up on a few things already from my footage, and I will go ahead and enumerate them here. The first problem is X can't really run loops the way Sonic did. He doesn't get that kind of momentum. Eventually, you can just force your way through it by holding right, and he'll eventually do it, but he can't just roll naturally through it. You can't roll him into a ball and then roll through. The second thing that you've noticed is that the usual Buster shot has almost no effect on any of the flickies that have been captured and made into machines by Eggman/Dr. Robotnik. The only way you can take them out is to use a charge shot. And the same goes for when you face Eggman himself. At the end stage, you need to use your powered up Mega Buster. And when you've got it powered up, you're going to hear a humming sound the whole time that's really not that annoying when you're playing the X games on Super Nintendo, but somehow on Sega Genesis, it really gets on my nerves after a while. But I will at least give them credit that when you've got it fully powered up, you see everything glowing along with it. The end stage sign with X's face on it, the little one-up icon with his head on it, they all start glowing too when you're powered up. So some attention to detail there that they all match up together. I like that. And the final thing that you've probably noticed is that X controls like Knuckles whenever you come to a wall. You can do the dash jump up the wall, just hitting the jump button over and over again. And it's the equivalent of Knuckles clinging to the wall and being able to climb up and down. So I'm sure there was very minimal changes to code to make that work, but it is nice that he has that ability in the X games and he has that ability here. So again, attention to detail. And let's be honest, it's kind of necessary in some places because X can't maneuver as fluidly through these stages as Sonic could, unless you have the speed boost dash boots. Then he can do quite a lot, but even then, it's still a little reckless to control him that way. As you can see, I ran into the spikes and exploded, so maybe not so recommended. It's probably better to climb over certain areas by clinging to the wall dash jumping up, as opposed to doing a normal traversal of the stages. You kind of have to rethink your strategy. Just like when you're playing as Knuckles in Sonic 2, which I hate to make that reference again, but I'm going to be just 100% honest and say that's what inspired this, and that's where they got a lot of the code from. I would be shocked if Paka, whatever, didn't use that as the template for how to make this work. But to their credit, it certainly does. One other thing that you've probably picked up on by now is that there are no bonus stages. I think that Paka eliminated those altogether just because of the difficulty of trying to animate X's sprite running through the tubes, picking up rings. It would have looked really wonky. They probably didn't have the chops to do that kind of 3D animation, and I don't blame them because I know I don't. So even if you get 50 rings as X and cross one of the save goals, it's not going to do anything. There's not going to be a glowing circle that you can jump into. You can try all you want, but nothing will ever show up. Maybe, I could be wrong, maybe there are actually special stages, bonus stages hidden in the code somewhere, but the normal way to get to them that you would do as Sonic is not here. I was pleasantly surprised to see that X collected a weapon after the end of a stage, only I don't know what good it is. I mean, I started out in Chemical Plant Zone with it on, and it doesn't seem to be any more powerful or take out any enemies that the normal Buster Shot doesn't. So eventually, I just turned it off, and you can use the first button of your 3-button Genesis controller, or whatever you have mapped to the first button, to control that. So switch at your leisure whenever you have these power-ups, but at least as far as I'm concerned, the Viridian Drill is no better than the powered-up Buster, and in some cases actually worse, because it couldn't seem to hit these floor enemies that shoot missiles at X, or at least they would have shot them at Sonic if I were playing as Sonic, or Knuckles for that matter. But no, a charged up Buster Shot does a better job of taking those out than the Viridian Drill. I guess that's a way that the formula of X doesn't really work in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, because you're supposed to use a Robot Master's weapon against whichever Robot Master is weak to it. But if you're just fighting Eggman/Robotnik over and over, what difference do those weapons make? It's not like he's going to be more or less vulnerable. He's just Robotnik, and it takes a certain number of hits to take him out no matter what. It doesn't really change the fight just because he has a power bar and you have a power bar. It's cute because it resembles the Mega Man games and the Mega Man X games, but it really isn't changing the fight at all. And at least on this playthrough, I didn't see how having one of the weapons you collect from a Robot Master at the end changes anything. Once again, I could be wrong, but I'm just giving you my impressions from playing this for the first time. It is cute that the capsules that would normally have Sonic's power-ups contain weapon crystals and energy power-ups that are more familiar to X. That's another little touch that makes this such a nice hack of Sonic 2. Like, I'm guessing that Paka is a huge fan of both Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Mega Man X, and when this Sonic hacking contest took place, they were going out of their way to pay the best tribute possible. I mean, even when you get the continue sound effect, there's a little Mega Man icon that looks more like the 8-bit instead of the 16-bit, just like how there's a deformed looking little Sonic compared to the Sega Genesis Sonic. So everything was thought of and accounted for. My tip of the cap to Paka for this amazing, if admittedly kind of wonky, hack of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I will play this for the fun of it, but I don't know that I would play this seriously that much. Like, for Mega May, it's one of those fun things to do, since it's the kind of month it is, and we want to get a bunch of Mega Man content on the channel for May, but on the whole, it's actually harder to control than playing as Sonic in a Sonic game or X in an X game, because they each have a mechanic to the way they control that suits the game they're in, and putting one in the other's game, you start to see how it really doesn't lend itself to that play style. It's not to say that X couldn't be put into a lot of games. It's not to say that Paka didn't make it work to a degree in this game, but you can also see the limitations, like when you hit one of the dash spots that would make Sonic run faster, X just kind of grinds to a halt because the game engine doesn't really know what to do with his momentum, and there's probably limits to hacking to how much you can account for things like that. So this is a best effort by everyone involved that made this work, whoever was helping Paka and Paka themselves, but at some point, it's like Del the Funky Homo Sapien said, MCs should know their limitations. And there's that limitation I talked about earlier. You can see that there's nothing over the goalpost that gets you a bonus stage, so that's that. And Tango says that's that as well. Tango says hello, everyone. So, I will keep exploring Mega Man X in Sonic 2. I think it's a fun novelty. I don't think it's an all-time classic, but there is some enjoyment to be had here. I'm Mr. MegaManFan. Thanks for watching. I hope you're all having a great day and a great week. And I guess Tango's probably hungry, so I'm going to go take care of that. Bye for now.